A shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. This is your homegirl. Arabia Barbosa, number 4, which is the county of New York. We are in the motherfucking house. We're doing this live early. I'm sorry to do this live early, but there's a phone call that's not going through. Now I gotta go and check on that person. Person been in my life for 7 years. I'm checking on Birdman in a few more minutes after I get off this live. A shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. 914 Westchester County, New York. We see Sister T up there doing her video. Now, I don't have no problem with Sister T. I love Sister T. Whatever Sister T want to do on her channel, that is her channel. She got Sister T. She got Sister T sector. I don't care what's going on. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. But I don't know why Sister T did this. And you not, well, she can do whatever she want on her channel. She can do whatever she want on her channel, on her page, on her platform. But when you talk about the gay community, and there was a man that came up on her chat and talked about the gay community was doing this, the gay community was doing that. Let me tell you something. When I came into this world, I had a heterosexual parents, mother and father. Neither one gave a fuck about me. They let me go into the fucking foster care system, let me be adopted off. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. I'm not going to take no responsibility for what the fuck they did. But everybody want to say heterosexuals is this, heterosexuals is that, heterosexual. You know what I'm going to tell you about heterosexual motherfuckers? Especially you sick ass bitch niggas, you beta male motherfuckers. That's why I go after you so hard. When I was 9 years old, living in New York in a fucking foster care system, I was 9 years old. And that man took advantage of me. Yes, he did. Not my adoptive father, not my adoptive mother, one of their relatives. He said, Arabia, when he did what he did, he said, ain't nobody gonna believe it. Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared because they didn't want to get separated from each other. And Sister T, you up here talking about homosexual community. What did the homosexual community do to you? Did they stop you from eating? Did they steal money out of your bank account? Did they do anything? Did they do anything, Sister T? Sister T, I love you. I love you like you my auntie. But I cannot agree. I cannot agree with what you're doing. You're talking about the Bible. I don't give a fuck what the Bible say. I don't give a fuck. Because the Bible say this and that. The Bible also speaks against motherfuckers that rape people. They speak against those that want to sexually abuse children. Sister T, why don't you do a video about that, sister girl? I ain't got nothing against Sister T. And Sister T can hit my link anytime she want. Anytime she want. But I'm getting tired of people talking about the not the heterosexual community. We all know the heterosexual community ain't shit. It provided me to be on the earth without my fucking permission. It provided my mother to be here without her permission, my father without his permission, and my grandparents without their permission. The heterosexual community, I'm gonna tell you, is a lot of men that are heterosexual and they will abuse a young child, especially a female. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. Sister T don't want to accept that. But the Bible speaks against not only homosexuals, those of us as part of the LGBT community. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. She had some bad experience with the homosexual community. She did. Did they steal any money out of her bank account? Did they rob her purse? Did they do anything? Did they slap her up? Did they beat her? Did they beat her? Did they do anything to Sister T or any of those motherfuckers talking about the homosexual community? How dare you talk about people that fight in wars for this fucking country? In the black community, the same black community everybody come from. This is same shit. This is same shit was going on during my grandfather's time, where they did not accept black homosexuals. I am homosexual. I sleep with both men and women. A shout out to the chat. I'm not afraid of saying that. I'm not afraid. But a lot of people are questioning this and that. Let me tell you something. When I came on this earth, I was abandoned by heterosexual people. When my abuse came in, physical, sexual, mental, emotional, it was by heterosexual people. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. Sister T, you are wrong for doing the video you're doing today. I don't care if you revealed this video. You've been trying to dress me up. The only thing I was trying to look for you, Sister T, like being an older woman in the community. Can't do it. Can't do it. Now you talking about us, and you talking about you going with the Bible. The Bible talks against prostitution. The Bible talks against people that destroy the neighborhood. You done those videos. Don't do no videos about the heterosexual community against homosexual. Because when my best lessons came in, I was living a homosexual life. Nobody gave a fuck about me and their heterosexual life. Nobody. Not my parents, not my grandparents, not nobody. Shout out to the chat. When I went to the gay community, I was accepted. I was accepted and respected as long as I respected them. Shout out to Crystal LaBeija. Shout out to Crystal LaBeija. A lot of you don't know who she is. Go and pull it up on YouTube. Type it in on YouTube. Crystal LaBeija. Press her name in. Of course, they're going to tell you this and that. I don't give a fuck. That woman was beautiful. That woman was wonderful. And when she started her house in New York, all the other drag queens, the drag queens, you know why I'm still living? Because of the drag queens in my younger life, way before I went to prison. The drag queens said, Arabia, find your niche. Find where you need to go. And don't let nobody take you off your goddamn square. Shout out to the chat. I was raised in the church. Same churches that speak against this and speak against that. Why don't y'all speak against those motherfuckers that sexually abuse children? You're not going to do that, right? You're not going to do it. You hide from that. Why don't you speak out against those people that physically abuse children? You think you giving them whooping or a spanking? Nah, it's abuse from the black community. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Shout out to the chat. Because when them motherfuckers discipline us, it's always physical. It's never nothing verbal. No, it's mostly, I'm telling you, when they whoop your ass, they whoop your ass. They whoop you till you're almost bloody. They whoop you until you can almost not no longer breathe. And shout out to the chat. Why don't Sister T talk about that? Why don't you talk about child abuse? Why don't you talk about that? She's not going to talk about it. She's not. Because she reads the Bible. Your Bible don't protect you. Only thing you can go at certain pages in that goddamn Bible and write down somebody's name and put certain inserts in that Bible, and that Bible become a weapon of mass destruction. That Bible, the Bible you talking about, the religion you talking about, the Christianity you talking about, was in here in North America, South America, all over the planet, destroying people. Yes, the Pope, the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church. A lot of you are not Roman Catholic, but you are a part of the Roman Catholic Church. If you're a Protestant, And the only thing I can think about them Christians, what they did when they went to Africa, when they went into certain places of Asia, when they went into the Middle East, don't you know they said, if you don't believe what we believe, you are dead and gone. And they conquered everything they did. Now shout out to the chat. I'm talking truth. I'm talking wisdom. Ain't nobody gonna hit this fucking link. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Donna. Shout out to my moderators. Any moderator come in is welcome. Anybody come in with a troll account, sniper their ass, vanquish their asses. I don't want nobody up here. If you can't hit the link, if you can't cam up, don't come over here. I'm telling you that right now. Keep the Change got away with doing her what it was the avatar last night. But I've been doing Keep the Change for many years. So Keep the Change is good. I had questions for Keep the Change. Now I got questions for Sister T. Sister T, why do you believe the Christian belief you believe? Because them Christian beliefs was pressed on Native Americans and African Americans in this country. Some African Americans thought if they would have became Christian, they would have been no longer slaves. They were still slaves. Now shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. My great-grandma Barbosa came onto this earth years ago. She was not a Christian. She did not care nothing about the Christian church. She didn't give a fuck about Roman Catholic shit. She didn't give a fuck nothing about that. She sent her children to them schools. Yes, she did. Because her husband was Roman Catholic. Her husband was a Cape Verdean. Came from the Cape Verdean I'm going to say Cape Verdean American. He came from the Cape Verdean Islands in Northwest Africa. Great grandfather Barbosa. That is my grandmother's father. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I just want to know why everybody hates homosexuals. I don't push myself on children. I don't do none of that shit. I date adult men and women. I do that. I have nothing to do with what nobody else do. The heterosexual that killed my sister-in-law a couple of years ago, and my niece and my two nephews, he was a heterosexual male, a black heterosexual male. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Heterosexuals want to do this war with homosexuals. I've been a part of the LGBT community for years. Even after I've slept with men, I don't give a fuck. It's all a part of the gay community. They call us this, that. I'm tired of it. It's the gay community. The gay community is divided. It was divided by color lines. It was divided by sexuals, drag queens, banshee. It was divided. And Sister T, you have no knowledge of it. But you want to speak. You want to do your video about this and that. I don't hate Sister T. Sister T has a much right to talk her shit on this YouTube app. But do your research. Talk to people in the gay community. Talk to the transgenders. Talk to them. Because when I go into a bathroom and the women's bathroom is not available, I go into the men's bathroom. Yes, I do. A shout out to the chat. My rape didn't come from the bathroom. My rape came in my childhood. Why don't you talk about that? You don't talk about nothing unless it serves your purpose. A shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. When I was abused sexually, I was 9 years old. I was not in a bathroom. I was in my foster parents' home. The same people that adopted me. And they didn't give a fuck about me. They wanted the money. That's all they cared about. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. When I was 30 years old, I had to meet all my family. I had to meet my grandmother, my father, my biological mother. I had to meet all of them. My biological mother believes the same things Sister T believes in. But you all created the gay community. Yes, you did. By your beatings and your words of verbal violence. That's what you did. I'm telling you that straight from my heart. Straight from my motherfucking heart. My Cape Verdean heart. Shout out to the chat. When you talk about the gay community, you better know the whole truth. I gave you the truth. I talked my truth. I talked my experience. And what you do, you come and twist everything. Because you want everybody to ride with you. I've been riding with you for a little while. But I know now it's not important. I'm not important to you. You don't give a fuck about me. You don't. Lonnie One Love, she did whatever she did. I didn't give a fuck what Lonnie did. I didn't give a fuck what Keep the Change did. I didn't give a fuck what Brown Skin Lady did. I didn't give a fuck what Moonlight did. But I hear a lot of homosexual phobia going on this chat. Not this chat, but in the sector of YouTube. Homophobia. You're afraid of us. Why? You know why you're afraid of us? Because you all created us. I was not born gay. I was created to be gay. The man that sexually abused me, he sexually abused me at 9 years old, all the way until I was 15. And I did not say anything. But when I got a little bit older, I started speaking up. But everybody in that house already knew who did what they did to me. And they were not affected. They were not touched. Because they knew when they saw that person again, they already knew. He touched the baby. He did this and that with the baby. They did this, they did that. Oh, shout out to the chat. I'm not afraid of Sister T or nobody else on this app. Ain't nobody gonna tell me, Arabia Barbosa, you are gay, so you are banished to the pits of hell. Let me tell you something. You don't know where the dead go. You're not involved in that. You're not over that authority. And the God you serve, he don't really exist. He don't. The God you need to serve is inside of you. The God you need to serve grow that garden. The God you serve drive that car. The God you serve pay for that house. The God you serve, you're able to retire and have a good life. But don't come on YouTube trying to disparage the rest of us that are not as fortunate as you. You had a bad childhood, so did I. Your parents put certain stuff in you. I didn't have no parents. My parents left me in the fucking world. And when I went to the gay community, I was accepted. I was accepted. Even in my darkest, deeper moments, I was accepted. Shout out to the chat. And shout out to my YouTube creators that accepted me for being gay and homosexual. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. Don't nobody tell me it's wrong to be homosexual. And we paying taxes, we paying rent. Look at this whole fucking apartment. Look at this. Look at this shit. I'm paying. I pay the light bill. I pay the cable bill. I pay whatever bill I need to go. When I go to them goddamn stores, I pay that. When I want to buy clothes, I pay that. When I want to buy my brims, I pay that. Who's homosexual or who is heterosexual selling it to me? Because it was a heterosexual couple that brought me out into the world, left me by myself. I went into the fucking foster care system, got adopted, and was still abused. Sexually, physically, emotionally, spiritually. A shout out to the chat. And people want to talk about people beating their mama. Fuck your mama. If your mama did something wrong to you, you need to beat her black ass. Beat her. Beat her down to the ground. Now shout out to the chat. Keep the change. Me and you talked last night. But I'm just saying, we got certain people on this app is questioning not only the Bible, but about homosexuals. And the last time I looked, the homosexuals was in an army. We pay taxes. We are tax collectors. We are this. We are that. We are the earth. We've been here. You motherfuckers created the homosexual community. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You remember all those little boys that used to cry, be all emotional? You know what their mother and their father used to do to them? Beat them. Beat them. They didn't want them to cry. They didn't want them to express who they really was. Now, this day and age, those children are able to express themselves. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I have no problem talking about my life. But when people take my life and use it as a mass weapon of destruction against me and say it's wrong to be homosexual, the Bible say this, the Bible say that. Don't the Bible talk against people that abuse children? Don't the Bible talk against people that kill children? Don't the Bible talk against those that rape women? The Bible talks about all that. You don't talk about that. Oh no, you don't talk about that. She touched on a real touchy subject today, and I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. I love Sister T. I love all my YouTube creators, but I keep hearing this homosexual thing going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Homosexual, homosexual. The homosexuals support everything. A shout out to the chat. The homosexual community supports everything in America and all over the world. Shout out to the chat. When I got sexually abused, it was not by a homosexual man. He was heterosexual. He was a beta male. That's why I hate beta males. Now shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. Go in YouTube and you will find who's talking about the homosexual community, the gay community. As far as I know, I was created, not born. I was not born to be a lesbian or nothing like that. I was created thanks to that man, thanks to that gentleman sitting in my adoptive parents' home in New York. Shout out to him. He did what he did. It could only have happened with the permission of my biological parents and adoptive parents. That's how I became homosexual. I was not born, I was created. Now shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I ain't got nothing against Sister T or anybody talks about the the gay community. But talk about the heterosexual community. Talk about the dirt they do. Talk about who they killed. You know, most of these little girls in North America that was raped and killed and kidnapped was done by heterosexual males. Heterosexual males. Shout out to the chat. She ain't gonna talk about that. She ain't gonna talk about it. I ain't got nothing against Sister T, but Sister T need to know her place. Stop talking about shit you don't know nothing about. Stop talking about shit because you are angry with somebody from the gay community that approached you in the wrong way. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. I'm telling you that right now. I don't care if I'm the only voice that speak up. I've been told you about the gay community, how divided it is. It was always divided. Crystal LaBeija. Y'all know anything about Crystal LaBeija? Press her name in on YouTube and you will see who Crystal LaBeija is. You will see who Pepper LaBeija is. You will see who saved most of the children in New York. And when I started running away from home, when I was in New York, I was trying to run downtown in Manhattan because I knew If I'd have run there real quick, if I would have had the money to go, I would have been much bigger than what I am right now. I wouldn't even be on YouTube. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but that's how I feel about motherfuckers who want to talk about gay community. Don't you ever talk about the gay community again. She know I'm gay. She know, and she don't give a fuck. And I got people in the Bible community telling me I'm gonna go to hell. I'm gonna burn. Well, let me take back my tax dollars. Let me take back my rent. Let me take back every payment I gave to the heterosexual community. Now shout to the chat. Because in certain belief systems, that the homosexuals that are androgynous are welcomed. Because I was not born, I was created. Just like I tell you about the BT1000, the BT1000 was not born, she was created by heterosexual motherfuckers, the deviants, the low drop shot, no name, drag nasty, low vibration heterosexuals. That's how I came to be. My parents and the adoptive parents and the foster care system in New York. Shout out to the chat. Ain't nobody gonna talk about homosexuals. Cause we fuel everything in this fucking country. Go in any company that got big money, they're run by homosexuals. Go to Hollywood, go to the music industry, it's run by homosexuals. But how do homosexuals get here without the heterosexuals being abusive towards us? You know how many stories I had to go through and listen to when I was deep down in my lifestyle? You know, a couple of years ago, 20 years ago, I could not wear a baseball cap like this. I could not dress like this. I had to wear makeup, lipstick, a wig. I didn't wear a wig. I grew my own hair out. But as I got older, I said, fuck them. They fucked me up my ass. Fuck them. Shout out to the chat. That's the way I feel. And that dude that was on Sister T panel, the one who was saying that God hates all homosexuals, he hates the gay community. The gay community fuels this whole United States and the whole world. And shout out to the chat. Even the closet gays. That's why the closet gays don't want to come out. Because they're afraid. I was homosexual and showing myself as homosexual years ago. Years ago. They used to have hospitals for people like me. Yeah. You know that. They used to have hospitals for people like me. Now shout out to the chat. Heterosexuals made me. The BT1000. Lucy the Vampire, the Jeepy Creeper on this shit. The German Shepherd in the room. Heterosexuals was a part of my demise. I'm still living. You know why I'm living? Because of the gay community. That's why I'm still living. Shout out to them. The heterosexual community tried to wipe me off this earth in 2018. Oh, yes, they did. When I woke up in that hospital, I couldn't recognize my own face. There was a tube up in my pussy hole where your urine come out. Now shout to the chat. Y'all don't know nothing about that. How heterosexual motherfuckers get scary of us. And I'm the sweetest person you would know. All my coworkers can tell you, Arabia Barbosa is sweet to us and she treats us well. If you're in danger, if you need any help, Arabia Barbosa will be there. Nobody else from the heterosexual community. Heterosexual, my ass. My biological mother is heterosexual. You know what this bitch did? She had 5 children and gave them away to the system. You know how many women will actually give their right arm, their right leg to have children? To have children. 1 child. 2 children. Shout to the chat. It happens. I'm not mad with Sister T, but you gotta get your shit together. When you talk about the gay community and you got people on your panel talking about us in a disparaging way, and you say God hates us, God hates those that are lesbian or homosexual or bisexual, so God hates everyone. Don't he hate everyone? He hated Lucifer. He hated the demons that went against him. Yes, he did. But he created them. Like he created them, he created us. And we were not born by mistake. Now shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. Anybody got any questions or concerns? They can hit the link. Because I've been dropped the link already in the chat. I have been dropped it way before I did this video. Way before I did this fucking video. Way before I did this fucking video. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We moving from the kitchen to the bedroom. A shout out to the chat. Mm-hmm. We moving from the kitchen to the bedroom. Do you see any men in this bedroom? Do you see any women in this fucking bedroom? No. I'm living a celibate life right now. I'm living celibate. A lot of people, you have no business in my bedroom. You have no business in my bedroom. No business in my bedroom. Because I'm not in your bedroom. Not at all. Not at all. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Anybody want to come up? I doubt it. I'm right here. Anybody want to hit the chat before I end this fucking live? Well, what I want to let the church community know, don't you ever disrespect us that are part of the gay community. We support this country. We support the military. We pay our taxes. We pay the mortgage. We pay the car note. My parents did for years. My family do it for years. My sisters, my brothers, my cousins. Everyone has done this shit for years. So what is the real issue? What's the real problem with the gay community? As far as I know, there is no real issue. Motherfuckers worrying about what's going on in your bedroom and your bed sheets. That's none of their fucking business. And Sister T, I'm telling you right now, you are wrong for what you're doing. You're wrong for what you're doing. I love you, Sister T. I'm always gonna love you, respect you, but you're wrong today. How many times I just say to my other YouTube creators they were wrong about something? And guess what they did? They all flipped on me. They want to go to battle with me. They want to go on war with me. It is what it is. Look at my hand. You think I give a fuck about somebody going to battle with me? You think I give a fuck? Peekaboo. I'm a peekaboo fighter. I was trained and raised to be that way, according to the heterosexual community. A lot of heterosexual community males taught me how to defend myself and protect myself and how to cook, how to take care of my fucking house. But it was the gay community that gave me a whole lot of love. A lot of love for years. That's why I still wear what I wear. I ain't got nothing against Sister T or anybody that got anything against the gay community, but do your research, learn what you need to learn, and learn about Crystal LaBeija. Learn about her. Learn about Pepper LaBeija. Learn what you need to learn. I don't know who hit my link, but if you're not cammed up, you're not cammed up. So I can't deal with you. You're not cammed up. I don't give a fuck if your name is Shabazz Ali. Let me tell you something. My mother, my biological mother, was a part of the Nation of Islam for many, many years. She was a part of the Nation of Islam. They did nothing to help her. They did nothing to help us. When we went through our trials and tribulations, they could have stopped it. They chose not to stop anything. So shout out to the chat. Shout out to the Nation of Islam, the gods and earths. I ain't got nothing against none of y'all. Y'all all know who I am. It is a shout out to the chat. Anybody hit my link, you better cam the fuck up. Keep the change. You was able to cam. You was able to come on my channel because I already knew you, and my moderator already told me who you was. Now shout out to the chat. It is what it is. And who ain't here will catch the playback. But I'm not gonna sit by and let Sister T or nobody else, not Queen Regina, and those are the main two, talking about the gay community in a disparaging way. Why? Why are you so worried about what's going on in the gay community? We ain't hurting you. We ain't did nothing to you. We ain't steal nothing out of your bank account. We ain't steal nothing out of your goddamn purse. We ain't burned down your house. We did not disrespect you or disrespect your children or nobody in your house. So what is the real fucking problem? That's what I want to fucking know. A lot of niggas, a lot of bitches don't know what it is about the gay community. Find out. I invite you to find out. Go and look up Crystal LaBeija. Go up and look up Papa LaBeija. Go and look up what happened in New York when them homeless children was out there and the queen mothers. The queen mothers used to go out there and get them. Remember, I was an abused child. And when I started running away, I wanted to run away down there to Manhattan. I wanted to run away to Harlem, into the city of New York. Shout out to New York City. When I became grown, I was allowed into certain spots, certain places. Shout out to the chat. Prison taught me a lot. And when I came into the real world, I had my own girlfriends. Nobody knew nothing about them. I didn't dox them like that. Not like that. Nobody knows where they live. Nobody knows. There's a lot of black women that are gay. On this app. And they want to hide behind, oh, I got a husband. I got a boyfriend. Why you bitches are gay? You gay and you'll always be gay. Just like the men. When they go in fucking prison or they go in certain situations, they get that dick up their ass, they become gay. It happens the same thing for us. Same thing, same day, same program, nothing changes. Shout out to the chat. Anybody got something to say? Hit the fucking link. The link is right there. Hit the fucking link. Let me see where the link is at. This Shabazz dude, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Your God or whatever your God you serve, it's not the same God I serve. I was born into this world by two people. One of them was a part of the Nation Islam. Explain to me, sir, why she birthed 5 children and gave all of them away. The same system the Nation Islam said was oppressing them. Why did she give her children away? A shout out to the chat. And guess what? Her children did well, and she got 13 grandchildren, probably more grandchildren now, and the woman don't deserve none of that. She don't deserve no accolades. She don't deserve no flowers. I would rather give to the flowers to the women on YouTube. Women like Sister T, Queen Regina, Cynthia G, Tanya TKO. There's plenty of women on this app I would rather give flowers to. But that biological mother, piece of shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Let's see what's going on. You can get the fuck out of here too, because I can banish you from my fucking chat. You don't know that? You don't know that, sir or ma'am. It's probably a bitch. Probably a bitch doing this shit. Bitch ass nigga. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah. You in timeout. I am made in the image of God. Whether you want it to be known or not, I am made in the image of God. Whether I'm heterosexual, bisexual, gay, or whatever, it is what the fuck it is. Don't nobody do nothing for me. Nobody do nothing for Arabia Barbosa. But talk shit. And you think you're gonna get away with it. Don't nobody get away with nothing. Nobody. My moderator, if you see that motherfucker in the chat, vanquish that dumbass nigga. I want that nigga out of here. Or whatever bitch that is. Shout out to the chat. Now keep the change. Let's go back to keep the change. Keep the change. I had some questions for you, baby girl. But I'm too much in my feelings and my emotions to even ask any questions. I'm not going to ask you about what you do on YouTube. That is your fucking business. You are grown. You got your own bills to pay. You pay your shit to be on YouTube. You do your channel. You don't have to answer none of my questions. None. Not one question. It is what the fuck it is. A shout out to the chat. This motherfucker right here. Now let me see. Remove from stage. Okay, how you like that? How you like that, Shabazz? You are banned out of the goddamn chat. You are banned. Yeah, I just banned that dude. Yeah, keep the change. Keep yeah, I just banned him. He's out of here. Whoever he was. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. And keep the change. I will be there on Thursday, 8 p.m. Even if I'm at my job, I will be tuning in to the roach trial. But you get rid of Garrick. Vanish that bitch ass nigga. Vanquish his ass. Yeah. Vanquish him. Yeah. Can y'all hear me? Write a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. This dude, he's banned. I don't want him over here no more. I don't want him over here no more. That dude is banned. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Well, let me end this video. I will be back later on. I love Sister T, but Sister T need to learn not to speak on the gay community unless you know the whole story. Learn the whole story. Learn the whole story before you do a video or do a live video. Have people up there talking shit about us. Because last time I looked, we pay for everything. We in the military. We protect this country. We do everything we need to do. We got people that can ride your books. Certified public accountants, tax collectors, people in the military, people that are police, people are part of the, everything in this country and all over the world. Shout out to the chat. I don't give a fuck what the church says about me. I don't give a fuck where my soul goes. According to the Bible, the dead knows nothing. So what the fuck they talking about? What the fuck they talking about? I love Sister T, but she's wrong on this one. She's wrong. Sorry to say, you're wrong. Everybody else that feels a certain way about the gay community, speak your piece or forever shut the fuck up. That's the only thing I say. Hey, Miss Eve, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in, Miss Eve. I want to invite guests to my channel. They can actually hit the link. Sis Rabbit Got a Wrench taught me how to do this a long time ago. And, Sis not here right now. But, certain things is running in my mind about this sector of YouTube. And it's cool. It's cool with me. It's cool. I'm going to end this video. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to the people that write in my comment section, my chat members. Shout out to you. Shout out to my subscribers. I'm going to do something for y'all in 2 more weeks. I'm going to do another Cash App giveaway. A shout out to the chat. A shout out to the chat. Because y'all deserve it. Those who have been riding with me a long time, you deserve it. Shout out to the chat. I miss certain YouTube creators. I do. I miss them. But I look at them every now and then. Thank God, Jesus, I can look at them and see what they talk about. And they don't talk about bullshit like this bullshit that happened today. They don't do that. They do it on a small level, a small thing, and they move on because they know it's a touchy subject. It's a touchy subject. Am I hated by God because I am gay? Didn't God create me? He knew I was in my mother's womb. He knew I was in my father's sperm sac. He knew my father was going to ejaculate into my mother. What happened after that? 2 heterosexual people. You put me in the world by myself. I had to find my own way. A shout out to the chat. I had to find my own way. It's nobody's fault I became gay. It's nobody's fault I went to fucking prison. It's nobody's fault. It's my fault. But I was created. Not born. I was created. The rest, after my creation, is up to me. After 5 years old, it's up to me. Because I decided not to have children. I decided not to do a lot of dumb shit other bitches did, other dudes did. I decided. Not nobody's fault but mine. Now shout out to the chat. Shout out to chat. Like and share the video. I welcome everyone over here. If you're viewing this video for the first time, appreciate the message. Because I learned Spanish and Swahili. I learned how to do this and that. But the heterosexual community, I'm going to tell you something. Y'all did a lot of damage. The gay community is just being revealed after a certain period of time. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. It is what it is. I'm out of here. Everyone have an awesome day. Have an awesome day. Miss Eve, I was created way before I went to prison. Way before I went to fucking prison. Okay, I was gay at a young age. And what happened to me at 9 years old, all the way until I was 15, decided that. Because I wanted to go to women, because women was much softer, much more loving than the men. My whole life had been betrayed by men. I was always betrayed. The first man in my life betrayed me. The second man in my life betrayed me. The third man in my life betrayed me. And this happened way before I was even 15 years old. A shout out to the chat. But thank you for coming in. Miss Eve, I was not born gay. No way in the world. I was born gay, Miss Eve. I was created. Just like I'm the BT 1000, I was created. I was created. I'm the Jeeper Creeper on this shit. I was created. I was not born. I was created. But thank you, Miss Eve, for being so lovely and supportive. And shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yeah, as I got older, it was my life choice. But nobody has a right to complain about that, especially if I didn't do nothing to them. I'm not robbing their bank. I'm not destroying their house. I didn't destroy their family life. So why are they gonna complain about the gay community? That's what I want to know. We'll see. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Thank you, Ms. E. Thank you. All right, let me close this out. Y'all have an awesome evening. Have an awesome day today. Don't let my anger deter you from what you need to do. But I'm going to support Keep the Change about what she's doing about Garrett and the roach trap. Yes, I'm going to support it. Lord, that means I got to go to Mr. Skinny channel. But she said I don't have to type in the chat. I just sit as a ghost. A shout out to the chat. Thank you, Ms. E. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for coming over. I appreciate your view. I appreciate your support and love of this channel. I am not perfect. I'm not perfect by a mile shot. I am the BT 1000. I am Lucy the Vampire. I am the Jeeper Creeper on this shit. I am the German Shepherd in the goddamn room. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you for coming over and spending some time with me. Thank you. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here.